Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my Green Bay Packers Beast recap episode for Week 7. So my Green Bay Packers won on a walk-off winning field goal, 24-22 in a hard-fought battle. It was a hard-fought victory. This was the first game of the season that the Packers did not win the turnover battle, but we still won the game. We did not get any turnovers in this game. As a matter of fact, it was flipped. Houston got more turnovers in this game, which was the majority of their setups for their points that they got in this game. For the most part, though, looks can be deceiving when it comes to our defense because despite the fact that we didn't get any turnovers in this game, the defense is the reason why we won this game. The defense really put CJ Stroud on his back. He only got 86 passing yards in this game, which is a career low. I don't know if it's a career... Actually, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's a career low, but it's definitely a season low for CJ Stroud. But I'm almost certain if it's not a career low, it's definitely right up there. Under 100 yards passing. He was 10 for 21 and only 86 yards passing. No touchdown passes. He had 5 attempts for 19 yards rushing. Again, very dominating performance by the defense on him despite not having the turnovers. The Packers had a total of 4 sacks in the game, and there was a lot of them where, could have easily been sacked. So the defense definitely came through. Jordan Love had a very good game, 24 completions for 33 attempts, 220 yards passing, and he also had 3 touchdown passes. Just a very splendid day for Jordan Love, despite the fact that there was some mistakes by Jordan Love. He had 2 boneheaded interceptions. One he threw within coverage, which, can go anywhere. And then the other interception, he threw way too high and it was tipped. And then, of course, it went to the Houston Texans guy for an interception. We also did have a muff punt where someone touched it when, you're supposed to get away from it. So those were the couple issues. The first interception led to a field goal. Our defense made sure they didn't get a touchdown on that. And then the second, the punt, the muff punt thing set up a touchdown for the Houston Texans. So they got a total of 10 points off of turnovers. They actually did get a field goal, I think, off of the second interception. So a total of 13 points were given up by turnovers, which is bad. But again, when the defense is containing them the way they were, it still kept everything in check. Jordan Love did come back. He kept adding punches to it. He got a touchdown, shortly after the field goal. And then right when the Texans got the lead again, he made sure to counter it again with a touchdown, put him up. And then, when Houston scored, we scored literally right after them. So it was back and forth. Obviously, the Houston Texans did get the field goal with there was about like a minute 20 left, or no, it was about minute 30 or something like that. That was left in the game. A minute 40. So they kicked the field goal. I was very concerned about this. Um, because it was like, the defense was starting to lose it, like getting the first downs, and so that's why the time became crunching. They did get an incompletion on the third down, which that led to them forcing to kick the field goal right then and there. And then, of course, Jordan Love had to drive the field, but not nearly as much. Um, and because we're only down by 1 point because they missed the 2 point conversion on one of their touchdowns twice, by the way. Um, and we, for anybody who doesn't know, we talked about this on Beast Picks. Kyle brought it up, my co-host, that basically that they signed a new kicker to replace the kicker that sucked. Um, and while he had not, he had, I guess, been on previous teams and he had some allegations, but I guess he's been cleared of those allegations since then. So he hasn't played at all this season. He did kick 3 extra points for us, but up to this point, he had not kicked a single field goal for us in the game. So we had to trust him for the winning field goal. And after being iced and after having a low snap on the second field goal attempt or try since the called timeout, Brandon got it through still. I was kind of worried when he put that kick up. I'm not going to kid you. Like, when I seen it was like on the straight line, I'm like, oh no, oh no, no. And it's just stayed right there and it was good. And I'm like, yes. And I was like, go Pack, go. I was so excited. We beat the Houston Texans. He got to do the Lambeau leap. So welcome to Green Bay, Brandon, with that winning field goal, 45 yards. Like I said, Bo, in terms of the other parts of the game, Josh Jacobs was our leading rusher. He had 12 attempts for 76 yards. No rushing touchdown for Josh Jacobs, but he did have a touchdown pass, a receiving touchdown. Tucker Kraft had our first touchdown that we talked about, countering that field goal that they had got after the interception. Three attempts for 33 yards, 1 touchdown pass. Wicks had 3 receptions for 48 yards, had a touchdown pass, and then Josh Jacobs had 5 receptions for 16 yards receiving, and he had a touchdown pass as well. That was the way it worked. Our team really dominated on defense. Our offense countered despite a lot of the miscue mistakes that had happened, and we won on the turnover battle despite not having the most turnovers in this game. I think the defense did overall a really good job. They started getting shaky towards the end, was giving some first downs, but they stopped them when it mattered to keep the team or give the team at least a chance to kick a field goal or drive down to get the field goal. Jordan Love did get us the field goal or drive us down to get us the field goal, though I would like to see some more real clock management with Jordan Love. I mean, this was his first 2-minute drill, I guess, victory. But there was a lot of shaky mistakes with Jordan Love. In this, the first pass that they did of the final drive could have easily, very well, been intercepted, which would have ended the game. Also, I didn't really like the clock management because we could have gotten a lot closer. They were kind of like trying to figure out what they were doing. It seemed like they burned like at least 25 seconds after they got a big completion right up to midfield. And then, of course, on the final play right before the kick, there was a controversial, did Romeo Doubs make the catch or not? And, the referees were trying to figure out what was going on. And that was a lot of confusion. The Packers ended up calling timeout, using their last timeout that they still had, which is why they went to that side anyways. to get it closer because it would have been a 50-yarder without that catch. But there was a lot of confusion on whether they were challenging it or not, or if there was booth reviewing it. But the Packers ended up using the timeout anyways, 3 seconds left, and then the field goal, and the Packers won the game. So that, to me, right there, again, is a big problem, and that's why I want to mention it, because it is a glorifying issue with Jordan Love, because one of the biggest complaints I've had with Jordan Love's, and I've had arguments with some people about this, but I don't care, because I look at it from what I see, and what I see is miscommunications all across the board when it comes to these 2-minute drill situations. Jordan Love seemed to not understand clock management, especially in this game. Towards the end there, he burned like 25 to 30 seconds that didn't need to be, and he could have made it a closer kick. It didn't matter because we ended up winning anyways. But that was an issue that I noticed right away, and again, not understanding the situation. I think the coach ended up using the timeout with 3 seconds left after the Romeo Doubs catch, where people didn't kind of understand what was going on. And so that was something that I noted in my thoughts on the game overall, because again, that's something that we need to look at. Jordan Love also the 2 boneheaded interceptions, which were those interceptions were on him. The one last week was not, obviously, but these ones clearly were. Overhead and throwing it into ticky coverage right there. Just not stuff you could do. I mean, I feel like this game was a lot closer than it should have been. Like, I feel like we should have won by at least 10 points in this game. Like, instead of it being a winning field goal. Because the way we came out, the way the defense was playing the Texans hard, except for with Nick, that was really the only guy that the Texans really were heavily leaning on was Nick's because he was their leading rusher in the game. If you look at him, he was getting easy first downs. Joe Mix had 25 attempts for 115 yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. And that was the problem with the defense today, was we really weren't stopping the run on this. We did stop when we needed to. I mean, we did stuff him on the 2-point conversion attempt, the second attempt, because the first one they tried to pass, and they called it pass interference, which was bullshit. It was not pass interference. So then they brought him in for the next 2-point conversion attempt, and we stuffed him. But Joe Mix was that was their best key. CJ Stroud had his worst game. And we look good on defense despite not having a turnover. Jordan Love coming out of this game, I mean, obviously I'm happy we're 5-2. We're right up there with the Lions and Vikings. Vikings just lost to the Lions, which I expected that was going to happen. I didn't think it would be that close, but I did think the Lions would win, because I did think the Lions were a better team than the Vikings. I think the Vikings really haven't been tested that well. The only time they really have been tested was with my Packers, which they were beating us in the first half, but then we came back and almost beat them. And I think that was mainly because Jordan Love was just coming back from the MCL sprain, and obviously was rusty coming back in the first half. Otherwise, I think we probably could have beaten the Vikings. Looking back at that game. But this is definitely a great win for us, because we got Jacksonville next week, which Should be a game we should win, a lot better than this one. But who knows? Anything can happen, obviously, in the NFL. But then we have a tough stretch after that, of games after that. Before we got, I believe, we got the Lions, obviously. It's in Green Bay, but still we have to play the Lions, who, again, I think Lions are going to be the toughest challenge now. Bears, we still own them, so we should beat them. But you got the 49ers, and, 49ers are always going to be a challenge. Dolphins with Tua. Tua might be back by that point, but still, we who knows? And then the Lions again, So, down the stretch, these are definitely important, these wins that we need right now. We're looking at the schedule. Someone like Houston, which is a team that I think is going to be a headache in the next couple of years with CJ Stroud, to contain him to under 100 yards, I think is a very good accomplishment in itself. And overall, great performance by everybody. Great Lambeau leap by Brandon, by the way, getting that walk-off field goal. Congratulations to him coming to the team just like 5 days ago and doing what he's did. But, this was a team win overall. But, again, those are the couple things I just want to, note down of what they need to get better at, because Jordan Love, this is, I guess, his real first one that he did, that he got the 2-minute drill successful on, to getting that field goal, set up him for that field goal. But again, the clock management was not great in this, and that is something that really Jordan Love needs to really adjust to. You can get the stats all day. You can get 4 touchdowns, you can get 3 touchdowns, but we're not winning. And we're not getting those, needed, situations where you're within the 2-minute drill. You need to be perfect in those. And luckily we were able to still win, but that's something you're going to have to get for, going forward in, these future games. So that's it. Obviously I'm happy we still won. Excited, 5-2. 1 game away before the bye. Go Pack, go. And let's keep this going, guys. Comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell for latest contents. Thank you. I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. Go Pack, go. Woo! Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, the SS Ultimate Goku, the Twitch, SS Ultimate Goku, Instagram, the SS Ultimate Goku, and make sure I also have my Discord link in the description, so make sure to check that out. And now I'm out. Peace.